Okay, so the most significant thing since the last time I was working on this is I made this way faster. So that's really exciting. What I'm going to try to do now is start on a new scene and see how far I can get with that. Hopefully without anything going wrong. Oh, what would actually be really nice would be if I could actually save code. Actually, there are a few things I should probably change here. For one thing, let me see if I can drop the OpenGL on these. Okay, looks like that works. I'll just see how many of these I can drop the OpenGL for. So here with the lime, and that seems to be fine. So I'll just change all the OpenGL lines. I think with the tech and some things like that, it might not do what I expect. I might have broken it already. Yeah. Okay, well, that didn't work. Guess I'll keep it with OpenGL until I figure that out. Cool. Although maybe that wouldn't be too hard to fix. This I should definitely fix, where the num indices list at whatever is repeated a bunch of times. Just make this replacement. Same thing with the number of evens and number of odds. I should be able to replace all of these. Okay. I guess it still does do space kind of awkwardly. But that's a little bit easier to read. So this is example 9. This puts start and end on. I wrote this, I think, specifically for the OpenGL line. Although I thought that one was supposed to get replaced in automatically. Anyway, I added the ability to do this using a model matrix here, which is way faster since it doesn't require any triangulation. But it looks like that isn't getting automatically swapped in. So it's this and this. this. Wait, OpenGL line is here. This inherits from OpenGL tippable Vim object. This inherits from OpenGL mobject. Wait. OpenGL Vim object. This inherits from OpenGL mobject. So it isn't doing the replacement thing. Did I mess that up? Actually. Line. So it inherits from this. This inherits from this. Yeah, it never does the replacement. Or maybe it should be the regular line. So I go to the non-OpenGL geometry. And I look at the line class here. This inherits from typable Vim object. And this does have this. Oh, I see why this wouldn't work. Because it's swapping out the parent of tippable Vim object, but it's not switching out its own parent. And actually, it makes sense that you can only use that method in OpenGL. So I guess I do have to keep the OpenGL there. Oh well. Because I'm trying to do that. Okay. I'm gonna try creating an entirely new example scene here. This doesn't need to do anything fancy. I'll just copy this to start from. Just to get this started. Yeah, so that should be fine. Great, so I run that, get the circle. Perfect. Now I'm gonna need 3 corners. This will just be OpenGL dots. Just 3 of them. Now I have to move them someplace. So I can just move these probably up, left, and right. Should be fine. And I'm gonna do this the OpenGL way. Yeah, x equals 1. Oh no, this should be y equals 1. This should be x equals minus 1. And then x equals 1. Add all of these. Okay. Great. Now I want those to be draggable. It'd be really nice if being draggable was just something I could add to any generic mobject. That would be really cool. If I could just do like x equals draggable of x, something like that. But I guess I should do this manually first. I've already made something draggable before, didn't I? Like mouse down logic. Oh, but that was a little bit wrong, was it? Here's what I should do. On mouse down, it's gonna want to bring that action to the scene. And then if it's on top of a mobject, that one should become the dragged object. Although, I don't even remember the logic for the dragging. Self X and Y. Okay. I should probably end up changing that so that the X and the Y passed to this is always a point. Actually, I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. Since this could be a 3D scene. So I guess I have to do that conversion on my own. Which is a little annoying. Oh well. I think I just have to do this. I can say the mouse point is up times this plus right times that. Computer is really old. My computer is so old, I want to create beautiful animations with Manum. 1 GB of RAM, a dual core with 1 GHz, and a small disk. Would Manum work with good performance? That's actually pretty tough. At that point, it's probably using integrated graphics as well. Which means even using OpenGL wouldn't be a huge help, unfortunately. I guess it's hard to say for sure. I mean, it'd probably look pretty. It'd probably be pretty choppy. Unfortunately. Because that's a really low-end machine you're talking about there. Hey, Blake496, what's going on? So I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna make an on mouse move. Wait, does on mouse drag even make sense? Mouse down, mouse move, mouse up. Oh, it does never call on mouse drag. It's like down, move, and up. Guess that makes sense. Okay. This one, I'm just going to pass. For now, for this, I'm going to get the mouse point, then I'm just going to move one of these random points to the mouse location. Man, it takes so long. To type all of this out. Should we start at the mouse point? Okay, so I can see if that works. Well, it did move somewhere. Oh, I didn't even multiply by x. And y. So x times right times that plus y times up. Okay, so this isn't quite right, and I'm not totally sure why. Maybe it's because this doesn't have an orthographic camera. I think that would actually make sense. Can I just do... I forgot how to even switch to the orthographic camera. I think self.renderer. That camera equals orthographic. That's like dot orthographic equals true. I just gotta check my code. And so it's like this. Let's see if that works. OpenGL camera orthographic equals true. Great. I'm gonna have to import that. Honestly, that should be imported with when you import utils.opengl, probably. Or manum.opengl. I wish I could pronounce your name. Xahrai? What's going on? So what I'll probably want to do is, it should be in like OpenGL/init. Here I want to import that camera. So I think I just import dot OpenGL render dot something. Or from that import OpenGL camera. Under error. It's not accessed. I guess it's saying that because it doesn't know this is like an import file, because that's generally not that good of practice. Okay, so hopefully now I won't have to import this OpenGL camera explicitly. And if I'm lucky, then the positioning will work properly. Did I not save this or something? I didn't. Oh, that's perfect. Now it's pretty much exact. Great. So that's nice. So now what I want to do, I'm gonna switch this to a pass again. And say that on mouse down, I'm gonna get this, the mouse point. What I'm gonna want to do is if I wind it down for the evening, gotcha. Glad I could help you wind down. I was teaching a class. Oh yeah, that was fun. I hope you learned something. This is a little annoying because I don't have any of the utilities that I normally have for Manum. Like what I'd want to do is, if this mouse point is sufficiently close to the center of one of the corners, then I'll consider that one, that's going to be the new dragged one. But the only way I can get the center of one of these is by checking their model matrix, I think. I'll just say the corner in self.corners. I'll say, I don't know, location. That's gonna be its model matrix. Index. It's gonna be rows up to 3, column 3, indexed up to 3. You do this as your day job as well? No, my day job's totally different. Unfortunately, maybe one day I could write Manum code as my day job, but not today. Okay, but this, I think, that should be the location of each of these. Let's see. Are you an engineer? Yeah, I'm an engineer. Software engineer. So what I have to say is, I have to get this distance. Minus that location. If that's less than some threshold, then I'm gonna make that one the dragged. My second year of business in CS. Nice. How are you liking it? Okay, so it's gonna go through those 3 corners. I don't even know if this code works. I have to like print. I'll print like click or something and then I want to return. Yeah. That didn't take long. As an example, click threshold. That's true. I didn't make this like... I think 1. Okay, that seems to be working. Oh, I guess you can't see where it prints. Oh, you can see where it prints clicked. Even better. So that seems to be working. Then on mouse move. The drag does not none. That's the only time I need to do anything. Then I can get the mouse point and move. Basically just move the drag point there. I'm getting tired of typing out model matrices. She started the mouse point. It's alright. Oh, that's a lot better than nothing. Well, a lot better than it could be. Okay, so let's see. Drag is not defined. I really wonder about how the user experience for this... Oh, I can't undrag it. That's funny. Because, like, the average person using this website won't be, like, opening up the source code to edit. Anyway... Okay, so when I do mouse up, I want to set drag back to none. So that should allow me to drag multiple things. Great. That is perfect. So now we stop adding this circle. I never needed that. And what I'm going to want to do is have the lines of a triangle be going between these, and then I want to dynamically update this triangle. So I have... It should be like this, I think. All these corners. This self.size. Okay. Gonna add all of those. And what I'm gonna do with this is for each of these, I'm going to make it draw between the corners. So put start, end, and on. I probably want this to be one line. Corners at 0. It's annoying because I can't use get center. That won't work. I have to do basically like this. That should really be a utility, though. How should I do this? I need the index as well as the side. So I'll make that be enumerate. Just gonna go 0, 1 to 2. Then I'll just take I and I plus 1 mod 3. I need something like... This should really be a utility. But I have like... def... like model matrix center. That'll take an object. And just return this. Now I'll put the start. Model matrix center corners at 0. Or I. And then put the end on I plus 1. I want to take that mod 3. Mod side up or start on and in on. Oh wait, this should be model matrix center. That, then model matrix center at that. I'll say, I think the flag was use model matrix to make that go faster. No idea if that'll work. Corners is not defined. Yeah. Don't know what happened with that. See if refreshing helps. Great. So I got that triangle. Doesn't update. But that shouldn't be hard to fix. I'm actually gonna run this exact same thing on each frame. So I'm sure I like update triangle sides or something like that. And then this one can basically update all the sides. I can take this out, take that out, let's call that, oh, yeah, put that there. I feel like that should work. And mess something up. Unexpected indent. I don't see it. Okay, so that works now. Now what I want to do is when I wait. Mouse move, if I drag this, that's when I'm going to want to update the triangle sides. Great. So that's simple enough. Now I'll want to draw this vertical, this normal from like one of the sides to one of the opposite vertices. How difficult would that be? How would I even do that mathematically? I guess I'd want to take this vector and project it onto this side. Then I would get this point, and I want to draw the line from that point to the projected point, something like that. I think I want to put the labels there first. This should be OpenGL like map tech. And I'll have an A. And then I'll also have to have B and C, but maybe I should just stick with the A right now. If I just do this, alright, so that works. Which side would I even want to be A, B, and C? Honestly, I probably want this one to be A. Which means the 0th one should be this one, the left. So the order for these should be x equals -1 first. Then y equals 1. And then that. So I should have them in this order. Now if I assume this is oriented to label this line, I'm probably gonna want to first put it on the midpoint and then shift that a little bit. That's probably what I want. For now, let me just put it on the midpoint. And honestly, I'm gonna have to do this in a for loop. I'm gonna need something pretty much like this. Model matrix center. I'm gonna want to get the midpoint of the correct line. Which means I'm gonna need this again. So make these use self. We'll shorten that up a little bit, then I'm going to move it. Okay, so hold on. The side will just be self-back sides at I. Or maybe I should just look at the corners. Yeah, why don't I just do that? So I can do start equals self-dot corners at I, and the end equals self-dot corners. Oh, but it's not just that. I have to look at the model matrix center. That shouldn't be too difficult. This will be I plus 1 mod 3. Then I'm going to get the model matrix center of this. The midpoint is just going to be that plus that over 2. And with luck, I can just move it there. Start the midpoint. Okay. I think that should work for the one side. And it does. Yeah. Replace with the B and the C. Okay, so works for all of those. I'm gonna factor this into a function for updating the labels. Like so. I can do this. And just call it update triangle labels. And whenever I update those sides, I'm going to update the labels. Great. Alright, so that's pretty nice. What I think I want to do now is offset these a little bit. And to do that, you have to get this direction vector and then rotate it probably. So the start and the end, the midpoint. Let me get the unit vector. And minus start. What'll be end? Well, it'll be the vector and minus start. Divided by this. So now I have that unit vector. And I can rotate that 90 degrees. Call that like an offset vector. What I think I want here is the unit vector at 1. Negated. Then unit vector at 0? I think that's how it works. There's a decent chance that's completely wrong. Let's see. The X... I think that's right. Well, hold on. If this was like 1, 0, so going along the x-axis, then I want that to be 0, 1. And so that would be correct. And I think this would be correct. Yeah, that would be correct. Then if I had 0, 1, that would go to -1, 0. Okay, so this, I think this is right. So the unit vector, the offset vector, which is rotated 90 degrees. So let me do the midpoint plus the offset vector. Okay. I guess this can't recover from syntax errors that easily. Okay. Great, so that's working. Guess it can get kind of confusing if I like flip it inside out. But I don't think it's worth like determining where the inside of the triangle is and trying to do anything there. Maybe eventually I would. I might have to. Maybe, I don't know. And I'll make this offset be some random then. I'll just make it 1 for the -1 as well. And that's too small. That's also too small. And that's pretty good. I'll make it a tiny bit bigger. Okay, that looks perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna want to draw this horizontal. I hope the angle labels work in this too. That'd be helpful. Yeah, okay. I'm going to compute that. What is it even called? Vertical or something like that? The line from here to here. Let's see if guys will work for that. Guess not, whatever. There's an altitude. Okay. Okay, so I think all I have to do is get this vector and that vector and project the one onto the other. So how would I'll definitely want this to be a function. Do triangle sides or do triangle labels? Like I need to have an index for that. So I'll just pass, I guess, the index of the side that I want. Guess that would make sense. Okay. Then if I have the index of that side, so I'd have in this case 2. And how do I get the start and end of that? So I guess I could index the corners array to get the start. And then add one to get the end. Should be fine. I'll just do it this way. Start is the corners array at that index. At the end, increase that by 1. Mod 3. So that should give me the start and the end, and I can do the base vector itself. So there's that vector. Basically that one. And then I'll need any of the other vectors. Either way. It would have to end. It can't end at one of the end points. I'll call this a projection vector. And this will be its start. It'll be the base vector end. Its end will be the other corner. So plus 2 mod 3. Projection vector end. Let's start. Okay, so now I should have that base vector and the vector to project onto it. And so the only thing left to do is to project onto it. Onto the base vector. Which, if I'm remembering this right, this means just to dot the two of them and divide by the length of the one you're projecting onto. Wait, that's only if they're both situated, or they're both coming from the origin, which they're not in this case. There, the projection vectors start being the base vector's end. That's not allowed. So what I have to do is the projection vector start has to be the base vector start. That's what I have to do. And then I have to do base index, I guess, -1 mod 3. I hope that works. It should. Totally. Okay, so now I have the base vector and the projection vector. So then I'll have to dot those two, divide by the length of the base vector, and that's a scalar. Then I have to multiply that by the unit vector in this direction. So kind of a lot of work. I'll just call it projection base. Projection base, yeah. So first, I'll need the unit vector at the base. It's gonna be base divided by... Where's my division? The norm of the base, that's a unit vector. Actually, I'll need the norm of the base more than once. So I'll put that there. And then the unit and the projected will be the dot product, projection of the base divided by the length of the base, and that's a scalar. So it should be like this. So it's not quite an altitude yet, but I'm just going to return this. Okay, so now when I call get altitude, it should just return the location of that projection. And I'll just designate that with a point somewhere. I don't know. Indicator. CL dot. Then I'll move it to that location. A self dot get altitude. Star that. I'll pass in the 2. I don't have to add it. And I did some subtraction I can't do. Yeah, this has to be model matrix center. I think I broke it. Get projection. Should be self. Where did that dot come from? I think I missed it. Here. Okay, so that's not the right place. It should be like there. Pretty much right above the C. Okay, so I'm gonna make this indicator have a more visible color. And see if I can figure out where more of these places are. Yeah, so let me return base vector start. Okay, that's right. Base vector end. That's right. And the projection vector start. That's right, projection vector end. Okay, so both of those are correct. So I call get projection. So that's right. Then I do the dot product of the projection and the base. Divide that by the base length. Oh, this has to be plus the base is like start or whatever. I need like the origin. What if... I mean, this is all the projection is. Maybe I should just have this. Base vector start. Plus this. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Okay, now so that's right above the C. Okay. Hmm. Get altitude. And I'm gonna have to have something like update altitude. Right. Won't I? I think I will. I'm just gonna move that indicator there. Eventually I'll be updating a line within this, but for now just update the indicator. Now here I can put self.update altitude, which isn't what I did. And I'll go with 2. Update altitude, and then I can do this on each time I update the scene, basically. Okay. Great, and that's working. The point where the altitude would be projected is updating. So now I'll want this to be a line. So if I have a 2, and I want that opposite side for the 1, I guess I just subtract 1 to get this point. Okay. This isn't getting at altitude still. Like the base point. So the point on the base line is this. Then I need the opposite point. Which I think is just self.corners. And I can subtract 1 from the base index. -1 mod 3 like this. I think it shouldn't be get altitude, it should be like update altitude. I want to call put start and end on. So make that update altitude, comment this one. Update altitude here. Here I call update altitude. That's going to come down to here, with the base point and the opposite point. want to do to put start and end on. I can just write this off. Base point, opposite point, and use the model matrix to do that. Did something wrong. Base point, opposite point. Get the center of this. Okay, try that again. Well, the line, I don't see the line. Then again, I didn't add it, so. Perfect, that's exactly what I want. That's even exactly what I want. Great. Okay, so I can move the indicator. Then altitude 2. Sure. Then when I drag it, I update that altitude. Great. So if all I have to do really is if I can label this angle, then I could pretty simply show that this is A sine theta and it's B sine theta. So should I try to label the angle or label the side or the altitude or whatever first? I think for now I should probably try to label the angle. Maybe. I feel like that'll be really slow or something. It's probably be something dumb. Let's see. You have an Instagram? I don't even know if I can look at Instagram. They did this without my permission, by the way. How dare they? I actually have some followers. Okay. Oh, do we have examples? Oh, but they're static. Oh, this must be because there are a few, like, streamers who would see this and not... Oh, hey, there's the angle thing I was looking for. Most streamers would see this and not know what you can do with that. Theta tracker. Oh, A is an angle object. Okay, and you have to pass it. Wait, line 1 and line moving. So you pass it the 2 lines? I have to look for an open channel line, which doesn't exist, so that's good. I guess it has the meta class, so maybe it won't matter. That is a lot of code. So when you instantiate this, it gets the intersection, it figures out a radius somehow. I don't know what elbow means. Then it does this stuff. When it returns an arc object, that's not going to be that helpful, probably. Because I want to have one object and then update it. That's probably what I want to do. Well, that'll be annoying. Let me see what they did with the theta tracker. So it's just a value tracker. On this, they move to the angle object. Oh, they create this object twice. Oh, they create another angle. And then move it there. Oh, and they create an angle on each frame to move it. Damn. This really wasn't designed with performance in mind, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna put that off. Well, no, I won't. I think what I'm gonna have to do is get a theta LaTeX, put it here, get these two vectors, get the angle between them, and then move it in that direction. That's probably what I want. And maybe this shouldn't be a theta, it should be like a B. How efficiently can we even get the angle between two vectors, though? It's probably in space ops or something. Yeah, angle between vectors. Oh, man. Arctan 2. Okay. Always between 0 and pi, it says. Isn't there an Atan 2 or something like that? That's more robust. I won't try to deal with that now. Labels, altitude. Now all these self-dot labels. I can't find my backspace. It's gonna have to be self-dot side labels. These are gonna be angle labels too. Man. You try to use the shortcut. There we go. Now... so here's 0, 1, 2. What this would be... this would have to be B, C, A. I guess that doesn't really matter. Labels at 0. And where would I even want to move this? Let me say, I'll do 4, all of them. That model matrix. And the location for this A, I'll have to take the previous point. Corners. So index this at I minus 1 mod 3. Move it there, and I'll just do that. And I messed it up. What did I do with that? It's just OpenGL Math Tech. I added one previously. OpenGL.transformation matrix self.model matrix center. Oh, this needs to be starred. I think. Okay. That is what I want. Okay. Get projection. I'll just move this into update angle labels. Great. I can call this when I update everything else. Nice. Uh-oh. Oh. Great, now I need to offset these by this angle. And how will I even do that? I need to basically just get the two vectors. basically the corner location. And then I have to get like V1, I guess. Yeah, let me get like next. I got position. Corner position, corner pause. Let's call this next pause. And this. That was I-1. This will just be I. And then the previous will be I-2. Next, this is adding one, this is subtracting one. Great. So then V1 should be what? So the final V position minus the initial, which is the corner position. This is going to the pre from the corner. This one, I want to go to the next from the corner. I want to get the angle between those two. Should be in space ops. Let's just put angle between vectors. V1 and V2. Although that is just a number, that angle. To get a vector from that, I have to like rotate one of these vectors by this angle. Which I should be able to do. Honestly, my faith isn't that high. Rotate vectors, save me. I don't know if it's worth it to use quaternions to multiply or to rotate a vector. That seems... I feel like this will be a performance hit. I mean, maybe it won't. Well, this looks a lot more reasonable, I think. Oh, I think this returns a list instead of a NumPy array. Man. So much of the machinery here just doesn't work that well. Let me make sure I didn't break anything. Yeah, it's still doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rotate, just rotate one of them. I guess I have offset vector is v1. Rotate vector v1 by half of that angle. I'll move this at to corner position plus offset vector. Although that'll be way too large of an angle. I'll have to normalize that. So divide equals offset vector. Okay. I didn't expect it to do it for all of them. But this looks right until I like flip it out inside out or whatever. This looks pretty right. Aqua beam. Aqua beam, aqua beam, aqua beam. Just the person I wanted to see. Because I made the website faster, and I want you to try it again. Because if it still goes slow on your computer, then I'll know to give up hope for ever trying to make anything run on your computer. Because it's really fast now. Pretty much as fast as Python can, I think, reasonably get. Okay, faster, like usable faster, or like faster but still... Wait, how much faster are we talking about? I'll make this times equals. Instead of 20 plus. Do you mean for loading, or... The loading time, as far as I know, should probably be the same. But I mean, we're actually using it. But I mean, that's good. If it's loading faster too. Okay, let's see if this works. And that's placebo. Darn. How much better? How did I mess this up? Like, usable better, like, better, but still not that usable. Darn, somewhere I'm multiplying something wrong. Update angle labels. Nowhere near as choppy. Great. Can't multiply by a sequence. Multiply a sequence by a non-int. Interesting. It's not perfect since I can still see a little starting down the end, but it'd definitely be useful. Great. So, if you look at the code, pretty much all of the updates now are done with model matrices. All of them. I think literally all of them. Which means you triangulate everything once, and after doing that, you only basically update those 9, or I guess it'd be 12 entries. So, that's basically the fastest it can get, since it's only passing a constant number of entries. I wish I could stream how fast it goes on a Mac. It's crazy how fast the Mac goes. It's like faster than my desktop. I think it's faster than this. No, it is probably faster than this. But anyway, this is pretty neato. It's fun to play around with. I mean, I could do this all day. The problem is that Manum is very not designed for like updating things. Offset vector equals this. I guess I'll just have to say so it'd be like 1.1. Oh, not 1.1. Thanks. I try. I was wondering why it's so smooth. Yeah, just some good old elbow grease. And by elbow grease, I mean a lot of work. I was, like for example, it would be nice to put angle indicators or whatever on these corners. But this example is insane how bad it is. At least from a performance standpoint. Because you create this angle. Oh, this is it, by the way. But that's what it's doing. But you create this angle. And then, once you put it there, you position the tech by creating another angle, which is almost the same one. And you create that entire angle just so you can call a point from proportion on it. And then you throw it away. Yeah. Then like this dot become is creating another angle on each frame. And this as well is creating another angle on each frame. And I guess if you're pre-rendering things, then like whatever, I guess it's just gonna be 60 frames per second or whatever you render it to. But this could never run in real time. So I'm basically gonna have to, I don't know. I might end up basically rewriting those objects. I guess it won't be much more than a circle. I have to position a circle at the corner and then set the draw range or something so that it sweeps out this angle. Anyway, Great, so this is updating. I think what I'll do now is try to label the altitude. That might be the last thing I do right now. Oh, and I rebased onto the master as of like yesterday or something. So, which I don't know what that did. But I guess I got whatever updates they had. I got font size. Did I though? What are the odds this works without crashing? A bug fix for that? OpenGL, whatever is removed. Well, then maybe I didn't rebase that recently because I've been using them. But okay, there are some methods that only work with OpenGL mobjects. I don't think the font size worked. Where's the default 16 or something? Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, for the OpenGL ones. Okay. This is all the ones that position the normal matrix. For example, the model matrix. For example, I wrote an example. I had to rewrite put start and end on. Because if I did it the normal way, the Cairo way, then I'd have to re-triangulate it or whatever on each frame. But nobody's got that kind of time. So I wrote one. God damn it. Up, down. One of these. This one. Exclamation window manager. Good guess, but I'm using Sway. But this is a version of put start and end on that only works with OpenGL objects because it updates the model matrix. And it's the only reason that that example can run as fast as it does. Although now that I look at it, I can make this even marginally faster. Because these are only used once. So I'll probably try for a little while to write versions of functions that are compatible with online and, I guess, Cairo. But the division between real-time based functionality and Cairo functionality is going to probably become more pronounced Add a check for projection shaders. Well, you could do a check for the renderer. So you can do if renderer equals OpenGL. But it won't be exactly the same. I mean, basically what we'll have to do is we'll have to say that if you're using OpenGL rendering, you can't make any assumptions about the points array. Or you'd have to do it with the understanding that the points array will be transformed by the hierarchy of model matrices above the object. Do you think projection shader is ready for the average person to use? Yeah, I do. I mean, they don't really do anything weird. Although the stroke shaders on the web aren't using the projection shaders. They're using even newer shaders just to make things complicated. Darn. Shift everything to using model matrices. Yes. Literally everything should use model matrices. I'm not even kidding. Everything. Everything. Why is this like choppier just from adding this? Even though I'm not updating it. It might be because the LaTeX lookups that I'm doing. Wait. That's fine. I don't know why that would be choppier. I guess there are more sub-objects that it contains. So that might be it. Anyway. For now, just position this to the side of the altitude. Actually, how can I even get the start and the end of this? Are they anti-aliased? The stroke ones are. The fill ones aren't. But they aren't locally either. Okay, I'll do the self by altitude. I'll do get points. Index at 0, and I have to multiply this by the model matrix. Let's see, -1. This probably isn't a big deal to make this a variable, but I'll do it just in case. And plus, oh man, I keep hitting the wrong keys. And plus, did it again. This over 2. This will be star at the altitude midpoint. Let's see if that runs. And it doesn't. Oh, because I don't want the entire model matrix here. I want the first 3 rows, the first 3 columns. I think I moved it to the wrong place. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't look like the midpoint. Anyway, I'll move this to its own function. Like this. I'll update that with everything else. Yeah, that's not moving it at all. Select that altitude label, OpenGL Math Tech. Translation matrix. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. I'll have to print out this midpoint, I guess. Actually, I'll just move an indicator or something. Then within this, I'll move that indicator to like the altitude start. The midpoint, actually. I'm gonna have to add that. How difficult was it to shift to using model matrices? Well, you can see the code actually. It actually wasn't that difficult. The main annoyance is just that you basically can't use any of the built-in manum functions. So there's that. Now you can just see it. Like, isn't it right on the side? Right here. The only thing I really changed from the inside is the put start and end on. Okay, something's up with this. Change everything like dot shift now. I'd like to, though. Well, that point isn't where I thought it would be. Altitude points at 0. That's weird. Oh. Wait. No, this still doesn't make sense. So points at 0 after I multiply by its model matrix. Oh, but its model matrix has a transformation too. Or a translation too. So I can't just do this. I have to do points at 0. I'll just do this. I don't know how fast this is. This. Zero. Yeah, I'll just have to take a homogeneous point like that. I have to do altitude midpoint. I'll just have to take, not including the third entry. See if that works. Oh, something didn't work. 2 non-keyword arguments accepted. Or only 2. Is that something with the array that you can't do? It probably is. I wish I knew what line 45 was. Okay. Do this dot concat like 0. If that's even what that does. Should have been concatenating a 1. That's not what you do. I think H stack will do it. Nope. Jeez. Oh, this is supposed to be a tuple. Okay. This with a 1. And then this. Okay, maybe that works. Great. That's more or less doing what I expected. So I can take out the indicator. And what I want to do is shift this so that's a little bit on the side, I guess. Really, this is always going to be a little bit in the way. Yeah. So I just shift this right by half of its width, I guess. Oh, there's the midpoint. I don't even know which part is the start and which part is the end. When I update the altitude, I go from the base to the opposite. So it's a vector going up. So here's the altitude vector. And my start, and then if I rotate that clockwise, it's going to point to the left, which isn't the direction I want. I'd rather go this way. Divide equals. Okay, so normalize that, and I'm going to rotate it. So the last entry will be 0. Normally switch Y and X, and I'll actually still switch Y and X, so... Vector at 1. I'll just do vector at 0. And I'll have to put the negative sign here. So that's normalized and it's rotated. So now I gotta put it here, plus altitude vector. I call it altitude offset. Interestingly, that default works pretty well. Except that B is kind of in the way. I guess I don't really want this at the midpoint. I'd rather have this a little lower, I think. But really, the offset should be just by half the width of that label. Which I also don't want to compute on every frame. Now this must be the side label and the angle label. Make that 1.3 or something. Altitude offset. Oh. Yeah, that should be that. Okay, now I'm starting to think I don't want to use the midpoint, but I want to use something a little bit less than the midpoint. I'll make this 1.2. I'll deal with that later. For now, I'll just put the rest of this here. Equals... I guess it has to be bc.a. And to fit that, I'll probably have to increase the offset here. Yeah, I'll definitely have to increase that offset. It's going way slower now. Well, not way slower. I think they're more like... Oh, I guess the DevTools is open. Wait, is this DevTools attached to this browser? I guess it has to be. Okay. I have to... I'll make this like 2.0. It's still not enough. That's enough. The triangle has to be kind of big. Yeah, and that... It doesn't look that good. Okay, I think the altitude shouldn't be at the midpoint. This line is going up, or this vector is going up, which I think it is. Let me bring it down a little like that. I feel like that didn't do anything at all. Altitude N plus altitude start. Oh wait, that's not right. I want to interpolate these. So it'll be like weighted toward the start, so something like 0.7 plus 0.3. Hey, what's going on? I'm just actually finishing up, but I've got this visualization of the law of sines that I have pretty much working now. So that's cool. Thanks. I did it all by myself. One of these days... It's frustrating because I think it'd be really cool, both from a streaming standpoint and an educational standpoint, if I could be working on one of these visualizations and then just push it, and then people watching would be able to use the exact same code that I'm writing. That'd be so cool. Maybe I could just change the default code that's there. I think all I'd have to do is change this from sine cos to example. Honestly, this probably should have always been example. And if I run this now, and I render it, I get this. And if I go to the present, okay, I get mostly the same thing. Is Aquabeam still here? I want to just... They have a pretty bad computer, so it'd be good if it works on theirs. I'm gonna do it. I'm going in. I'm hacking the mainframe. Okay. So it should be the case that if someone goes to olitor.com, oh, probably / present. No, it's the old one. Darn. Oh well. Although I don't see... I wonder if I messed something up there. Because if I pushed it just now, and this one's importing the example... I wasn't trying to do that. Maybe there was something cached. I don't know. Eventually. Yeah, one day. Well, I can tell something different happened. Because this time it just crashed. There's no attribute drag. Yeah. Darn. Yeah, it's basically progress. If you think about it. Although now I crashed the actual site, so I hope I can fix it. Oh wait, that definitely won't work. Okay, wait, hold on. Now I have to do damage control. Not that bad of damage control. Really? There's just so much of this that doesn't make a ton of sense yet. I'm getting there. Like, there's all these extra scenes in the source code. But there's no way to switch between them on the website. In fact, you don't even know they're there. Which is hilarious. Okay, anyway, that works. And that works. Okay, so I did it. Great. It's not the new thing I was working on, but it works. Cool. So it's been a bit over 2 hours. And I finished what I was doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and raid someone. After I bring this back to this. Thank you, thank you. Did it all by myself. And like countless other people who wrote the library. Although I think they wrote the hardest stuff anyway. Thanks, I tried. Okay. Let's see who's in science and technology. I feel like I've rated the the VTuber is always like a good candidate because they stream at around the same time. Oh, there's 2 of them. I didn't know that. Wait, we can rate this person. Assuming they haven't been going super long. Yeah, they just started. Cool. So, say hi to not hang some. Great. And I'll hopefully see you on the next stream. Later, guys. Great, did that. And I'll cut it for YouTube.